Have you ever wondered what goes on behind the serene, ancient walls of Buddhist temples? We often see them as places of peace, prayer, and simple living. But what if I told you that some of these spiritual havens are at the center of a global economic network worth an estimated $100 billion? Today, we're pulling back the curtain to explore the surprising and complex world of temple economies. How did these centers of spiritualism accumulate such incredible wealth? Stick around as we uncover the fascinating story. First, let's travel back in time. For centuries, temples weren't just places for monks to meditate. They were the heart of their communities. Imagine a time before banks, schools, or hospitals. Temples filled all these roles. Local rulers and wealthy families would donate vast tracts of land, gold, and precious artifacts to the temples, not just as an act of faith, but to earn spiritual merit and secure their legacy. This practice, known as dana, or generous giving, is a cornerstone of Buddhism. Over generations, these donations snowballed. The land, often tax-exempt, became a steady source of income through farming and rent. It wasn't about greed. It was about creating self-sustaining institutions that could serve the public for centuries to come. Think of it like an ancient endowment fund, growing slowly and steadily through the goodwill of the people. Now, let's fast forward to the modern era. How do these temples generate income today? The sources are incredibly diverse. The most visible one is, of course, tourism. Millions of people flock to famous temples like those in Kyoto, Japan, or the sacred sites in Thailand and India. They pay entrance fees, buy souvenirs, and make offerings. These small contributions, when multiplied by millions of visitors, add up to a significant sum. For example, some temples in Japan have become massive tourist attractions, with gift shops selling everything from Lucky Charms to branded snacks. It's a modern take on an old tradition, supporting the temple through commerce. But tourism is just the tip of the iceberg. A huge portion of temple wealth comes from something less obvious: services. Temples are deeply integrated into the cultural fabric of many Asian societies. They perform essential rituals for life's biggest moments: births, weddings, and, most significantly, funerals. Funerary services in particular can be a major source of revenue. Families pay for ceremonies, memorial tablets, and even burial plots on temple grounds. In countries like Japan and South Korea, where space is limited and tradition is paramount, securing a final resting place at a prestigious temple can be a significant expense. This isn't just a transaction. It's a deeply meaningful cultural practice that also provides vital financial support for the temple's upkeep and charitable activities. Beyond services, many temples have become savvy investors. Remember all that land donated centuries ago? In today's world, that land is prime real estate. Temples have developed their properties into commercial ventures like apartment buildings, parking lots, and even shopping centers. In some cities, you might be parking your car or living in an apartment complex owned by a local temple without even knowing it. They also manage sophisticated investment portfolios with stocks, bonds, and other financial assets. This financial acumen allows them to generate a steady stream of passive income, ensuring their long-term survival and allowing them to fund their various missions, from preserving ancient art to running community outreach programs. It's a far cry from the simple image of a meditating monk, but it's a necessary reality for managing billion-dollar organizations. So where does all this money go? It's a fair question. While it might sound like a corporate empire, the mission of these temples is fundamentally different. A huge chunk of the revenue is reinvested directly into the preservation of the temples themselves. These are often ancient, delicate structures, and maintaining them is a monumental and costly task. Think of the intricate woodwork, priceless statues, and fragile paintings that need constant care and restoration. This is a crucial part of preserving cultural heritage for future generations. If you've ever been awestruck by the beauty of a 1,000-year-old pagoda, you're seeing temple funds at work. Furthermore, the wealth is channeled into the temple's core purpose: serving the community. Many temples operate schools, providing education to children from all backgrounds. They run hospitals and clinics, offering affordable health care to the needy. They fund orphanages, homeless shelters, and disaster relief efforts. For instance, after a major earthquake or typhoon in Asia, you'll often find Buddhist organizations among the first on the ground, providing food, shelter, and comfort. The temple's economic engine directly fuels its charitable heart. This social welfare aspect is a continuation of their historical role as the center of community life, updated for the 21st century. Of course, this immense wealth is not without its controversies. The sheer scale of the finances can create challenges. Issues of transparency and accountability sometimes arise. How is the money managed? Who makes the decisions? In recent years, there have been calls for greater financial oversight to ensure that the wealth generated in the name of faith is used appropriately and ethically. Some critics argue that the commercialization of temples can detract from their spiritual purpose, turning sacred sites into tourist traps. It's a delicate balancing act, maintaining spiritual authenticity while navigating the economic realities of the modern world. This debate is ongoing in many countries as communities grapple with how to best honor their traditions while ensuring responsible stewardship of these incredible resources. So, what can we learn from this? The story of temple wealth is a fascinating blend of faith, history, and economics. It shows us that spirituality and finance are not always separate worlds. From ancient land grants to modern real estate development, these institutions have adapted and evolved, building a $100 billion global network. But at its core, the purpose remains the same: to preserve heritage, serve the community, and provide a sanctuary for the human spirit. The next time you visit a temple, take a moment to look beyond the incense and chanting. You're standing in a place that is not only a spiritual sanctuary, but also a powerful economic and social force, shaped by centuries of devotion and generosity. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the hidden economy of Buddhist temples. It's a complex topic with so many layers to explore. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more fascinating stories from around the world, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.